Good morning. It's Thursday, July 10th. And I want to ask you, do you know the difference between right and wrong? Pretty simple question, but as the Bible says, in the later days, right will be wrong and wrong will be right. Now, just think about it. Um, our right might not be God's right, and our wrong might not be God's wrong. For instance, it's wrong to put religious things and whatever in public places. That's wrong. That's against the law in many places. But is that really wrong? Now, I'm not saying go ahead and break the law or anything like that. We have to follow the law. But there's a lot of things that really, if you really looked into it, you would know. You would know this is really wrong, but everybody else is doing it and everybody seems to think it's okay and everybody's having fun, so I guess I can do it too. Or when it's right and people are against it, and if you really think hard, well, it's really the right thing to do. Now, these choices are not popular choices. These choices are true choices of Christ. And so it is easy, I think, for us to get confused nowadays because the lines are getting dimmer and dimmer and harder to see. And in Isaiah, this kind of helps us out. Isaiah in chapter 30, verse 21. God is basically telling him, your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Whenever you turn to the right hand, whenever you turn to the left. So he's saying you're going to hear a voice behind you. Now, maybe Isaiah did, but we don't normally hear a voice. What we hear is our conscience. And, you can walk in somewhere and you can immediately feel the vibe. And you walk in and you say, this is wrong. And this little voice behind you says, walk out. It's a conscience thing. To buy something or to take something that's not yours or anything, and this is a private thing. I don't judge people because God will judge. We don't have to do that. He says, in fact, he is in Isaiah, same chapter 30, he says, in chapter 18, he says, therefore the Lord will wait that he may be gracious to you, and therefore he will be exalted, that he may have mercy on you. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all those who wait for him. He's a God of justice. So, whenever the time comes, he's going to judge by justice, by what is his truth of right and wrong, which is the truth. Christ is the truth. If you get confused, there used to be a saying a while back that said, what would Jesus do? We can't live as pure and good as Jesus. But we can say, what would he think about this? What would he think about this TV show I'm watching? Or this movie I'm going to see? What would he think, And you have to realize you will be facing these choices someday. And you will be facing the justice of these choices. So, just think about that and think about what is your conscience saying. Every single thing you do today, just ask yourself, is this right or wrong? Is this God's truth? Is this the truth of Christ? Is this something Christ would do? Is this something he would approve? And that's for each of us because we each have that little voice that walks behind us. Doesn't necessarily come in a voice, but we know it loud and clear. It's conscience. So you think about that and have a great day. God bless you.